A big hello to everyone. Good morning, good afternoon or good evening, wherever you may be. My name's Ed and welcome to Let's Go Fishing.
Well, hello and welcome. I thought about doing a bait collecting video, and one of my subscribers asked me to do so, but yeah, one of my many subscribers, 6 in total, and that's what I'm going to do today. Low tide, and it's ideal conditions to collect bait, but I will show you how to collect the bait, what to look for, what's the difference between cabbage and weed, and the different types of bait that you can get here on the rocks. So sit back and enjoy. Well, this is one type of bait that you can use for blackfish. Now this one here is weed. Now you can see that, I'll take some off. It grows mainly in the sand, and that weed there is ideal for fishing in estuaries and also out here on the rocks as well. But off the rocks I favour the cabbage, and I'll show you what that is in a minute. But I'll also show you later on how to bait the hook. We'll use small hooks for blackfish. So that is weed, and you can see it grows abundantly here in rock pools and protected areas. Now on big swells it gets ripped out and it grows back up again. I mean it grows quite quickly, so you always have a good supply of bait. Okay, this is the other type of bait we use for blackfish, and this is called cabbage. You can see the cabbage grows on the rock itself. So when you take it off as a clump, right? And you'll find, you see that? It's grown on a little shell there. But it grows in clumps, right? So what you do, put that little shell back. Again, I'll show you how to bait that up. I'll put it on the hook. There's always a way of putting the cabbage on there. I normally just thread it through, but I'll show you that later. But that's the other bait for blackfish, cabbage. And that also grows abundantly here on the rocks, as you can see, as far as I can see down there. It's all over the place. But conditions like this are ideal to collect bait. Now, closer to the water's edge, you'll find the kanji. I made a video about collecting kanji, and I'll put a description on this video for you. But that's usually closer to the water, but it's dangerous to get, especially on a rock like here. I wouldn't get it from here. I'd get it from somewhere safer. But cabbage grows there, and the kanji grows closer to the water. In this situation, in this place anyway. You also find this brown weed. This one is a bit short, but I've used it for blackfish as well, and it's a very fine sort of brown weed. Like I said, it's very short to put on the hook, this one, but you do find it all up and down these rocks. Well, these are the types of hooks I use for blackfish. They're a size 8, and there's two types. One's coloured green, and they're both chemically sharpened, but they're both size 8. I mean, you can go up to size 6 if you want, but they're the ones I use. Okay, for demonstration purposes, because I don't have this rigged up to anything, I'll just show you how to put this this cabbage on. So what I normally do is just take some off, take a couple of leaves off it, quite simply thread it on a couple of times like that, then I hold it like that and make half a hitch. A bit hard because it's not rigged to anything, but half a hitch like that around the weed. You don't pull it too tight like that, right? And that's the actual bait. So once it's in the water, you can see it looks natural, and the blackfish will just come up and suck it in, and Bob's your uncle. Alright, now we're going to put a piece of weed on. Now this stuff is a little bit short, but should suffice. Okay, what I do is normally take a few strands off. It's a bit hard because nothing's rigged to it and the line's just floating like that, but you wrap it around the top of the hook a couple of times and then back the other way a couple of times if you want, and half hitch it above the hook. Don't have to pull too tight, right? Once you've got that, just rip off the excess, right, and that's your bait. So that in the water looks nice and natural when it's floating out there. And that's your bait.
If you'd like to know more about catching Luderick, this one was caught on cabbage.